Tarpa dam dam je jembe barde ju bar zeba dam je zo zebe manam ga dan yambe zemje dam je dewa dan de dongara dan ra nyorda lana me ba yang da bar zo be san jo rumbo je do bar zo. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and nations, may the experience of happiness be separate from suffering severely. I wish to reach them in the still one surpass perfect complete precious Buddhahood. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and nations, may the experience of happiness be separate from suffering severely. I wish to reach them in the still one surpass perfect complete precious Buddhahood. Dala don't worry, Zebeda. Oh, we finish next. Thus, Antra achieve enlightenment. I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas or yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dhakas, Dakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. And try to in the heart of enlightenment. I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise in the example of Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas embrace the enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path. True for the benefit of all sentient beings giving birth to bodhicitta, and apply myself to accomplish the stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha most excelling, I take refuge unto enlightenment's reach. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May the rest and economy free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathangatas in the 10 directions. Those who have already reached in Tathangata state, those who are reaching it at the present, and those Tathangata state to come. Through the power of Samadabhada's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest within my mind, are posted to them, multiplying my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus, our space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offering of arrows, pure flowers, flower garlands of music, anointing oils, manifesting light and fragrant incense. I make offering to them of fine garment and perfume and purple, high as moon meru and orange in the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to the Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of the great Bodhisattva Samandabhada. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of the great Bodhisattvas and the Pakshika Buddhas. Those who have attained Aharaship, those who have entered the path of Aharaship and all other beings. To all recourse to all great protector and the Buddhas to turn the hearts of Dharma as the light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions, leading them gradually to the enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas and them pass into Parindavana to living long for as many eons as there are atoms of the earth in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is sprinkled with the scented water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the spring mountain, the four continents, the sun and the moon. As Buddha fell out for it, may all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha first. To the lamas who possess the Tirikayas, I offer auto in the sacred offerings with my body, birth, and all that is visible. Please grant me supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseech, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Rena Mandala Vanzamanga Samandra Savarena Samaya Ahom. I call refuge, O Nome of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor, Vajradhara without doubt. I bow at the feet of Father and Jiti Sungo. Continue laughing with no one but you. Compassion one grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please stand aware of the Dharma of the two vehicles and the combination according to disposition, the likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of close to verse, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds wisdom texts at his heart. He has a compassion for beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of Samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he wakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramani's speech. He wears the wisdom silver to cast settling of suffering and to dispel darkness of confusion. In the Buddhist hour form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate your majesty adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha to dispel darkness of my ignorance. You who are the perfect, youthful body, who flame of wisdom blazes, and dispel darkness of worldly ignorance, are positive before you in the press to majesty. Om Wange Joromo, Wange Joromo, Wange Joromo, Wange Joromo, Wange Joromo, Wange Joromo, Wange Joromo. Om Wange Joromo, Wange Joromo, Wange Joromo, Wange Joromo, Wange Joromo. Om Wange Joromo, Om Arapazanade, 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 Om Arapazanade. Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade. Yone Gelen Janwai Bo, Yeshe Dome Radembar, Yeden Domo Menzarwa, Jambara Yang La Sansar Tu. So now I think we go to, usually we do Milarepa here. Above the crown of my head, upping a lotus and the moon is gypsy Jepadorje. The color of his body is clear blue and he wears white cotton. The locks of his hair are turned outwards. His right hand is held close at his right ear. His left hand is in the resting in Okonometi Mudra, holding a bow for skirka. Drawing with him or experience of the troubling firelight of a pro-motor wisdom, utterly blazing with majestic brilliance, resounding with melodies, invisible Vajra songs. Through your compassion, think of me with love. Bless me to attain the 5 kayas and the 5 pro-motor wisdom. Bless me to meet with the inner face of the way things are. Bless me so that discursive thoughts arise as meditation. Bless me so that I may bring negative conditions into the path. Bless me so that negative action, misdeeds, and obscurations are purified. Bless me so that the purify of the view are served. Bless me so that I will generate revelation to samsara. Bless me so that I will accomplish the rainbow body and the kanchara. Ranga jevora peda ten jesen jebai dorjene Gom dong ho san re gar sor, ver jin de so ba ye, sa ye nin je de gar de, yong ben yang ya du ya nam, ye xie wong ai chu be long, ze zen rab den ba war yo, yo me dor jien gor yang do, tu ji da lai se we gong, ge nga yi xie nga do xin ji lo, ne lo ran ya ren jia war xin ji lo, nam do gong den jia war xin ji lo, jing ne lam de long war xin ji lo, leng ni de da war xin ji lo, Tawai korsai chubar sinje lo, korwai shen loi jewar sinje lo, jalin karjun drubar sinje lo. Om Guru Hasan Ben Zahong, 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 Om Guru Hasan Ben Zahong. No Angura Sameza, O Angura Sameza, O Angura Sameza, O Angura O Angura Sameza, 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 O Dange Doje Shaje Reisen Rong, Yen Jema Do Deje Bong Jomba, 世界人物道不了几百个，小姐就被小来所乱的，道见讲见的罗那罗当，马拜没来去接干部拜，帕莫这拜加完的公呗。高就拉玛南来所乱的，人民姐姐研究保障的。 tự sống sang chế kinh chế ngô vô nhé, ràng sinh chi cơ ngôn sống tôn chế bế, sa vế làm mê ya lai so ruan đế. Okay, any singers there?
No, Nick said he couldn't make it today, and I haven't heard from Benny. Not sure.
Okay, so then we're going to do Namo Guru. I think I'll do the Tibetan Namo Guru. Anyone has that Boglas or no? Namo Guru Boglas?
Yes, the one that Amanda created, Kempo.
Oh, that's not Tibetan there, right? Only English.
I'll take a look at what we have on our website.
I try can share to in the Zoom. I'm in the here. Screen share is better.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
I don't know. I have that. Namo Guru. Okay, can you see?
Yes.
Namo Guru. We can do it together. Namo Guru Parchiyen Nangayang Bala Chintawe Me Baguen La Chap Chike Dorjen Chanchen Yang Jin Semze Je Dongwe Sor Wande Lama Jiran Davar Zinjilo Shar Sahor Yordalo Tinte Sen La Pema Mazong De Lo Shirab Zangbo Yang Jin Sem Ze Je Dong We Zor Wan De Lama Chiran Tavar Sen Ji Lo Sangpa Har Lo Mar Jo Chisar Je Kawa Ju Ni Je Kepa Naro Benjin Yang Jin Sem Ze Je Dong We Sor Wan De Lama Jiran Davar Zin Ji Lo Lo Zhou Wo Long De Yun Zhou De Nian Jue Jie Dan Ba Pu La Jue Zhe Jie Re Mar Ba Lo Za Ya Yang Jin Sem Ze Je Dong We Zor Wan De Lama Jiran Davar Sin Ji Lo Zhou La Xi Gang La Zhan Jar Wo Nian Ju Jie Dang An Zo Dar Jir Par Ye Bai Dor Jie Yan Yang Jin Sem Ze Je Dong We Sor Wan De Lama Jiran Davar Zin Ji Lo Shardala Gambo Do Sale Osar Je Chala Jin Jemi Jemen Be Jarbo Yang Jin Sem Ze Je Dong We Zor Wan De Lama Jiran Davar Sin Ji Lo Parpamo Churen Nyu Gen Chong Sammo Sanga Jete Kase Jeran Song Sang Je Yan Yang Jin Sem Ze Je Dong Be So Wan De Lama Jeran Davar Zin Ji Lo Sang Zhe Gong Ge So Sen Zhe Zhou Mi Zhe Zhou Gen Zhou Zhou Yong La Jia Zhen Jin Ji Jie Kong Wo Yang Jin Sem Ze Je Dong We Zor Wan De Lama Jiran Davar Sin Ji Lo Ne je zo nye de den de na par dor jen chang da ye mi be zhen jian za we la ma ya yang jin sem ze je dong we so wan de la ma jiran da we zin ji lo Ne je zo nye de na Pardorjen chandan yer mi be Tenjen zave lama ya yang jin Semze je dongwe zor wande lama jiran davar sin jilo Neje zonye de den de na pardorjen jandan ye mi be Tenchen zave lama yan yang jin Semze je dongwe zor wande lama jiran davar zinjilo. Yeah, we finish. I can see everyone laughing, so you all fun with me, right?
Very beautiful, Kempo. Thank you so much for singing.
So next, Milarepa. Page, which page?
Page 13, the next to the starts with Milarepa, then resumed.
Page 13. So I brought down to, I think I have this one's note. I brought down to at the feet of Marpa.
No, it's chapter 10, Kempo.
By talking, food, perseverance, sadhana. Chapter 10.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, it's above that, 2 paragraphs above where it says Milarepa then resumed his meditation.
It's chapter 10. It's the image of Milarepa, or which image? We have images right here.
Yes.
Chapter 10 is Milarepa's first meeting with
Yeah.
Rechongpa.
Mhm. Yes, Milarepa's first meeting with Ring Chungpa. Yes.
Okay, so then where we are?
We're on page 13.
Oh. Okay, so here we know this story. Milarepa has very many disciples. So the one is the same as the sun, one is the same as the moon. The same as the sun disciple is Gampopa. Another disciple same as the moon is Rechongpa. So Milarepa meet Rechongpa here, and he is a young boy. So Milarepa was in the cave, right? Actually, Milarepa went to looking him. He knows just where he have to meet. Due to the Vajra Yogini's perfect size. So then Milarepa meditated in the cave. So Rechongpa is, I think his father passed away, I think. Mother and uncle taking care of him. But he is a reader. So when he was young, he read this Buddha's text. So many people, families inviting him to read. So I does that when I was a young lord. When I was young, so you know, many there people don't know how to read, and so who can read? Usually families inviting at home to read, and then I started Tibetan when I was young, and I'm kind of a good reader, so better than know. When I was young, much better than I know. I can read very fast when I was young. So then the families, you know, have to do something, pray, And then, sometimes the teachers does divinations, they ask to do something. So they then need to find the readers. Example, they ask them to do chant Heart Sutra. So they ask me, oh, please come to chant Heart Sutra. So, or someone guys like they ask chant the King of Aspirations. So this is the short sadhanas, but usually they require recourses are really, really long, the big volumes. It's you chant whole day, and you can finish like 300, 400 pages. So this each volume has 800, kind of 900, 1,000 pages. So it takes 2 days, chanting these volumes have to chant. And so the same, Rechomba was young. He also they invited him to read this sadhanas text. So then he get also some offerings due to that. So when he meet Milarepa in the cave, so he have very strong devotion arise. He forget everything. Then he wanted to follow Milarepa. What he has, he offering to the Milarepa. So then he stopped, going to reading these sadhanas or readings, go to families. So he don't get to pay, kind of, we just say easily pay, but that time is just not really require you have to pay. And just families offering if they can afford. If they can afford, even they're just offering during the reading is food and provided these things, but no offerings, just as a dependent family. So then he don't receive anything. So uncle and his mother recognize he don't receive anything. Then they're going to talk with these families. You guys give him something or not when he read. So everyone say yes, they give something, but then they didn't give it to the mother. He didn't give it to the mother and uncle. So they're upset. They try to stop him, meet Milarepa, because they want he go to read this text, go to the family, make some income. But he doesn't want to do that. And he stopped that. Then he meditated, received teachings from Milarepa. So he has already good experience. He can stay like meditate days and days if without food. Then he also used the Tomo, Milarepa shared teachings. He wearing the cotton cloth and only one cotton cloth. No needed just like same as we ordinary people wear the cloth. So that's why the people call him is Rechomba, means the young Milarepa. So he drawing, action, kind of a conduct is similar as Milarepa, because he no rely on what we need cloth and the material things. He no rely on much we rely on the food. So he gaining really good high level meditation. So that means we can say he is enlightened, but he has good, progressing. The point is meditation due to his Milarepa and his connection and Milarepa's blessing. So then these parents, actually not father, but mother and uncle, they stop him to see Milarepa. I think they're saying to him he is another location, so he cannot meet. So anyway, he get sick, and I think we talked last week. 2 weeks ago, I think I forget mostly. Let it be remembered, yeah. So he gets sick, and they don't know what is a sickness. So then indeed this 5 practitioner comes there, and one of practitioner he recognized he's get leprosy. The Rechompa get leprosy. So then they don't have medicines. to care that. Then this Indian guy, he told him, you can go to India. He told him, I can help you. And I have a teacher, so he can heal your sickness. So he recommended his promise to help him to take to India. So then Rechompa went to see Milarepa. He get permission to go to India. So Milarepa said, you have to go to India. So he give a very song of realization, very nice, beautifully. He's sending Rechompa to India. So that's we finished, right? Last week. I mean, the 2 weeks ago. So our memory is very short. Too short. It's forgetting. So then in this samsara, too much going on, and Dharma memory is very short. No strong enough karmic imprints. This is samsara, so much going on. This memory is so strong, stuck with our in the heads. So this positive memory is easily remove this strong negativity, circumstances, and so much this going on. We all the time watch TV and news. So our mind is always stuck with that, social media. And the Dharma, our habitude is not enough strong. So that's why, see, even we did 2 weeks ago, I think. So now it's almost we gone, forget. So that's the, negative conditions, environment is so strong than the positive conditions. So anyway, so we go to the page 13. Page 13 is a song of realization. Milarepa then resumed his meditation, right? In the cave. So we live there, yeah?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so what they did, see, this song of realization Milarepa give it to him is, he just pawned Milarepa permission to go to Milarepa, agreed. See, it's go low to the page 12 bottom. He agreed to Rechompa go to India to care, his illness. Then this Milarepa giving this song of realization, his blessing. So what Milarepa says to Rechompa, I pray my Guru, to whom I owe immense gratitude. I pray you to protect and bless my son. So now, see, Marpa Lotsa call Milarepa is my son. This is the Dharma lineage son, not it's a Samsara family lineage son. So Marpa Lotsa saying the Milarepa back to his home. That time he always calling my son. So here also see Milarepa accepted the Rechompa as his son, her son. So I pray you to protect and bless my son, Rechompa. Son, you should renounce the world and work hard at the Dharma. So the Milarepa give him teaching is, need renunciation to samsara. So renunciation arising cause is we have to recognize the defect of samsara. The point is, yeah, that's why right now, so in this world has so much negative conditions. We have to see this, we have to get renunciation to samsara, not create anger, not create attachment, yeah, aversions. So renunciation's resource is defect of samsara. We have to recognize that samsara is a suffering. And work hard at the Dharma. So he gives a suggestion, you practice the Dharma, don't give up the Dharma. To the Guru, Potrum, Buddha, and the three precious ones. So Guru, and then three jivas, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. you should pray with the sincere heart and not just words. So it's very good suggestion, Milarepa giving to Rechompa, and pray to Buddha Dharma Sangha from your heart. Yeah, strongly, our mind, and not just words. Sometimes we chant the prayer, refuge prayers become our prayers words, not from the heart. So then we also recognize ourselves, that not powerful. So when some prayers really come from our heart, then you see very powerful. So we follow by the words, not that much powerful. That's we also recognize we don't doing all the time prayers. Then also you're really connect with the practice. Your mind is there, visualize clearly, chanting prayer strongly in your heart. It's very strong. The practice is very strong. Benefit us, of course, then the practice benefit others. But usually too much distractions. So our minds are not really easily connect with this spiritual. Even you try, but your phone is other in your side. So then all the time message comes, something going on. You all the time looking to the phone and then looking to the screen, listening, teaching, or prayer, doing. Two things go together. And text messages, saying then, other hand, you're just listening, teaching. So actually your mind's turn on and off from your practice. So not then our practice is not enough go really into the heart, pray from our heart. Then just kind of become our prayer as words. Practices become just, performing, no essence. So that's we have to change that section, because we have all these contradictions, practicing, teachings you have. So then our individually what we have to change. Maybe you cannot turn off your phone whole day, but maybe you can promise. Example, like we do 30 minutes meditation morning. Okay, 30 minutes, I'm never going to load the phone. So then you have to progressing. Okay, morning, this 1 hour, 15 minutes practice, I'm never ever going to log my phone, whatever going on. Even my homes, if get a fire, I'm not going to looking to my phone. So we need something, our promise, ourselves. So otherwise, like we practicing and this world deal is, go together. We cannot put all its mind is 100% put in the effort to practice. So we don't have two minds. One mind is go to, practice. One mind is taking care of other samsaric business. If you have two minds, then you can do that. But we have only one mind. So we cannot do two things at the same time. Then that's why Milarepa also says, you cannot do spiritual samsara together. So there says, cannot ride two horses together. You cannot drive two cars together, one person. Yeah. So then this comparing Milarepa, this kind of person, 100% whole life put spiritual practice. Many Tibetan practitioners does that. So they say we cannot do two things together. Only we have to pick up one. So they 100% put the life for practice. But our case, I think, that everything's up to individual level. We have to bring something our suitfully bring something our practice. So our suit for something for bring to our case, our own capacity. So we cannot do two things like during the practice, okay? Even you cannot say, promise one life, cannot do two things together. I'm going to go take to 100% spiritual. So we cannot do that, but during the practice, example, 1 hour or 2 hours. So say, I'm not going to do worldly. I only practice this Dharma. So that's also say you give up already samsara that just 1 hour or 2 hours. So you no riding 2 horses together. You only riding 1 horse. You drive only 1 car. So that's we have to, I think, create ourselves. We can change something ourselves. So otherwise, you doing two things together. And also, I share many times, like when I share the teachings, people send too much text message in the chat room. So each message comes, everyone get distraction. Especially you using the phone, messages, you can see it in the screen. Your mind is already turned off to that, practice, like from that, you already get out. You looking to the message or that distracting for you. I don't use like usually in the Zoom my phone. Sometimes I have to use, I see all these messages coming. Every message is distracting. So then using computer, laptop is a little better because I can see the numbers, how many messages there, but everything not coming into the screen, right? You also have that too. So little better, but anyway, all these messages distracting others' mind. And then of course you sending these messages to others. You already not in the practice. So that's also you have to change. We have to change. And sometimes the organizer, zone organizer, people lost and have to giving some information, then no choice. So that is, we have to do someone really lost. You can send like ask, where is it page, which page, where is going on? So something you really need, then you can ask. So otherwise like, oh, I cannot come today, or I have to leave early. Oh, you did great. That kind of message is not important. If you need to leave, just you can leave because no need distraction. And it's okay, you can leave. Yeah. And then you don't need to press to someone, oh, you did a great job, So then that's also become great, like with example, 5 people sing. You have to press to 5 of them. So you have to send 5 messages. Otherwise, you become, we fear is bias. Better don't do anything, just right. Or you really like something, is you attach to that. So anyway, it's the message is not necessary to press to, to sending, just during the practice. So finish, then you can say, oh yeah, I like the song, sing, and all your chanting is great, or something, people did something good. We can talk that after finish, but not during in the practice. So that's we have to change ourselves. Otherwise, our minds all the time in the practice, go in the practice. It's very hard. See, I get phone call too. Then, so that's, see, it's distracting easily, like mind is going to lost right away. So when you come to the message in your screen, is you lost the moments. We lost each moment due to that. That's why sending message into the chat room, also you distracting others' mind, create. Very careful. So sincere heart and not just words. Bear this in mind. So he said, take that in mind when you travel in India. So he Rechomba go to India. So the point Milarepa said, as protection 3 jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Strongly, heart, pray. So that is your protection. By taking the food of perseverance in samadhi, by wearing the cloth of atong, so then food is, he said, meditation, samadhi's food. Use meditation. So point is, Milarepa told his son, Rechompa, don't give up your practice, meditate. So meditation is the same as your food. You know, when you going journey somewhere, we need food, right? Always, we have to eat food. So same, you know, meditation is the same as your food. Practice meditate always. Don't give up. By wearing the cloth of atong is, you know, it's kind of tummo, heat your body yourself, and keep taking care of own body. And by reading the horse of the magic panna mind. So this is meditator practitioner has some, you know, quality, inner quality comes. Then using these energies go very fast. So I think more faster than drive the car. There has some kind of this levels practice too. So I think Milarepa giving him this kind of practice used during on the journey on the road. Then he no suffering on the journey, no tiring, no hunger, you know, no cold. So the point Milarepa asked him to use this method, and by reading the horse of the magic panna mind. Thus, my son, should you travel in India, then you should go to India. So Milarepa knows he go to India, he can recover his illness. So that's why he said you should go. You should always keep the non-defiled mind clean. So keep mind is clean, not deluded, you know. You should always remember the silver bright mirror of the tantric percept. So it's a poetry. The point is, I think Milarepa sharing him, you know, avoid the negativity, harming for other beings. So, you know, we usually share basic teaching, no harming for others. Mahayana teaching is helping for compassion for others. Vajrayana use wisdom. So that kind he, you know, sharing him. So during on his journey, you should always remember the silver bright mirror of the tantric percept. Recognize tantra percept, what he have to follow, what he have to practice, and observe it without vexation. Bear this in mind, my son, as you travel in India. So that kept, you know, the point is, he said, you kept this practice. What the Hinayana tradition, what you have to follow, Mahayana, Vajrayana, what teaching this follow precepts, kept that precepts in the mind. If you are followed and captured by bandits, you should remain yourself whole, worthless, are the 8 worldly clumps. Conserve your powers and merits with a humble and merry mind tower in India. My son, with my sincere prayer and blessing, may you recover from your illness and enjoy long life. So he giving prayer, blessing. You know, you go to India, he's told him you can recover. So all these instructions Milarepa giving to the Rechompa. Milarepa then resumed his meditation in the cave. Rechompa closed the cave mouth with the clay. See, it's, unbelievable what that time the practitioner meditators are doing. So Milarepa stay in the cave. Rechompa, he put all the bricks and 100% covered. So no one can see. And Milarepa just stay inside the cave and already block everything. Clay and sit out for India with the yogis. So then Rechompa went to India. Milarepa stay in the cave, but not open the cave, yeah? Everything's closed, 100%. No windows. So put blocks and clay and, put in there. That's why also Marpa Losa also did to Milarepa. When he put in the cave, meditate, the Milarepa stay in the cave, blocked everything. And 3 months, Milarepa meditate. So then one day, Marpa Losa went up to the mountain. He asked him outside, "Are you okay?" So Milarepa hear his guru's voice. He said, he's okay. Then Marpa Losa told him, "Okay, so now you come out. I have to talk with you." The Milarepa, he stayed there. He's scared because he take out his, the blocks and cover. He stayed there. He get dropped. So if I go out, this could be I get maybe some obstacles. That is, I don't know, is my guru's voice or what is this here, really whose voice. He just stayed there half hour. Marpa Losa waiting other side, he didn't come out. Then Marpa Losa wife went back to again, asked him, "Come out." So then Milarepa said, "It's right, it's not any obstacle coming, right? It's true. It's okay, I can come out. I've not broken any, my practice is samayas, anything." So then Marpa Losa wife told him, no, it's your guru is here. You should come out. Otherwise, it's due to so many this auspicious dependent, connections. So them there means like auspicious laws, connections, subtle level. So we have to right away go to see your guru. Otherwise, we can miss auspicious time. So he wanted to see you. So then Milarepa, she had to take out all these blocks out, and he come out. They went to see Marpa Losa. Then Marpa Losa shared the teachings like whole day and to the Milarepa. Milarepa also share his experience, what he go through, and Marpa Losa then give him all these suggestions, what he have to do. So then he went back to again. Then Marpa Losa put blocks again and stay in the cave. So in that time is Milarepa is his journey on the path. So no, actually he is already Buddha. He don't need to put it this way, but he like to stay. I think he don't like to that much. He don't have a bias, but he just wanted to be in the retreat. So that's why maybe he's showing from Rechompa who have to do practice. Sometimes teachers showing for us, but we think they have to do that, but they really don't have to do. But actually, that giving teaching suggestion for us, for followers. So then Rechompa, so anyway, went with the yogis together in India. Upon arriving there, he meet Lama Malachandra, who concerted to give him the complete teaching of the wrathful thunder, bore, holder with eager wings. So this teacher give him this practice to Milarepa. Rechompa. It's something wrathful practice. So sharing to Rechompa to practice. By practicing this for some time, Rechompa was cured. He's recovered. the point is Rechongpa is purifying his negative karma. He needs some conditions. So this teacher also helps. Also actually Milarepa, his blessing, his recovering, but he needs these conditions too to recover his illness. So Rechongpa was cured. Then he returned to Tibet and reached Happy Valley. So Happy Valley, the place name. So he get there. He inquired of the whereabouts of the gypsy from a native valley who said, "Sometimes ago, I heard that there was a yogi called Mala, but I have heard nothing about him recently." So he asked people, "Do you hear Milarepa?" He didn't think Milarepa stayed in the cave. So he went to India. When he come back, asked people, "Do you see Milarepa? Where is he?" So people, no one has message information because they don't hear anything. Nothing about him recently. Hearing this, Rechongpa become very disturbed bit. So he think maybe Milarepa is already passed away because so many monthly, no one hear about Milarepa. He thought, "Is my guru dead?" So Rechongpa think my guru is gone because no one knows what happened. No one has any information about Milarepa. And in great distress, he proceeded to seek cave. So he went to the cave where Milarepa went before, Rechongpa went to India. So he stayed in the cave. So he went that cave. He saw that the clay with which he had blocked the entrance was still there. It's nothing changed. It's still there. Thinking, I wonder, in the gypsy is dead inside. Of course, we think someone stayed that kind of long in the, so many days, no food. So everyone think that person was gone, is dead. Gypsy is dead inside. He tore down the wall and entered, seeing Milarepa sitting upright in meditation. So Milarepa is perfectly be there, sitting upright meditation. He felt extremely happy and relieved because he was so, strong, sad. He think his teacher is gone. So that's why he was really extremely happy he see Milarepa. He asked the gypsy about his health and welfare. He answered Milarepa arose from meditation and song. So Milarepa gave him this song to the Rechongpa. Okay, so now we go through this song first, explain. I bowed down at the feet of the Marpa, the gracious one. So he respect to his guru and homage to Marpa Losa. Because I have left my Kansmi, right? I am happy. What means Kansmi? So we follow the English class too today.
Which means, like relatives, I think.
Huh?
Relations.
It's people he's related to. Kin is family.
Oh, I see. Kansmi means like his
Yes.
family and relatives.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because I left my Kansmi, I am happy. So samsaric beings left relatives not happy. But practitioners, they're happy because no distractions, no attachment, no aversions. And because I have abandoned attachment, to my country, I am happy. So country, right? Country is, he don't have attached to his country and he's happy. Since
Kempola, kinsman can also mean people from your same country. Also,
okay, kinsman. So anyway, just attach object. We can attach to our country, land, homeland, and that's why so many different nationalities and countries divided. So it's the samsara. Of course, we think it's good, like that way. But truly, it's a division and create attachment, aversion. That's why it's all this war is coming. So families fighting, each other, countries fighting each other. All is due to this reason. So Milarepa, he give up everything. He don't have, attached to anything. So that's why he's happy. All these world leaders need this practice. Then world is become peace, and everyone joy. So attachment, then self-grasping. So due to that, create all these samsaric problems. So then truly destroy our happiness, we destroy others' happiness too. So we see clearly in this world what is going on right now, destroy their own happiness, destroy others' happiness. So actually no one is a winner. So think about this technology increasing. Due to that, people's attachment and self-grasping create so many danger weapons. So never ever enough, never ever enough. So you have created something, you need something protection for that. First, you don't have to create, then you don't need that protection. So you create another protection. Then some others see, okay, that weapon is not useful because there has protection. Then they create another something. Then we have to create another protections. So due to that, never end. So finally, everyone put in the danger, suffering, difficulties, no safeties. So think about the human beings so crazy due to attachment and self-grasping. All this world is destroyed by human beings. So other animals is not really danger. So tiger is no danger, lion is no danger, right? They're not going to destroy whole world, they're not going to destroy anything. They're not going to pollute anything. They're not going to care all these people, create sufferings. So which being is crazy, most dangerous one in the world is human beings. So this planet is shared by all these beings, but who destroy these planets? Human beings. This all the world planets is actually belong to everyone who owned, claimed, it's mine, it's human beings. It's anyway, it's crazy. So that's why the yogis is recognize this. So sometimes we think this practitioner, Dharma meditator practitioner is kind of loser, crazy, they're not strong enough. Some, who has this strong ego, clinging, people recognize, seeing that, but it's truly, it's ego who has strong attachment, self-grasping. That person is crazy. It's really loser, and they lose their own happiness. They create so many other people's suffering. So we recognize that. That's why Milarepa is very happy because he's not attached to this consummate and no fixation. So I have abandoned attachment to my country. I am happy. Since I disregard this place, I am happy. As I do not wear the lofty goal of priest, what is priest total? Okay, one person give me the English.
So priesthood would be like a
Kempo,
high teacher.
Like
So all
Kempo.
fancy clothes,
Mm,
and he wears plain clothes. Garb is clothing. Lofty is elevated.
mm. So he's happy because I cling not to house and family. I'm happy. So he don't have to fix maintaining his house. So he don't have to worry about the cost, pay the bills. That's why he's happy. I need not this or that, so I'm happy. Because I possess the great wealth of Dharma, I'm happy. He has a Dharma, so he's happy. Because I worry not about the property, I'm happy. So we are worried about the property, we worry about everything. So much worries every day. Due to that, all the time, we have fears. So no, due to this war, so many people has worry, suffering. See, so much difficulties. Because due to, everything has something losing, everything is losing. It's owned. Milarepa, he don't own anything, no losing anything. That's why he no fears, no suffering. I'm happy. Because I have no fear of clothes, losing anything, I am happy. Since I never dread exhaustion, I am happy. So exhaustion means he's never something loose, right?
That's being really tired.
Never dread exhaustion, I'm happy. He never tired then, yeah?
He doesn't dread being tired. He doesn't resist it.
Having fully realized my essence, I'm happy. So that's great. Realize, realization, always happy. The person has a permanent happiness, never, not dependent conditions. Having no fatigue, no weariness, I'm happy. What means fatigue?
Now he doesn't get tired.
He don't need a coffee, right? Not tired, that's why. That's the reason. No need monsters, no need Red Bulls, no need caffeine, coffees. He not tired. So we need that because we easily get tired. So we need caffeine to get strong, wake up. As I need proper for nothing. I'm happy since all I do completes with Dharma, I am happy. Never desiring to move, I'm happy. So I don't have desire to moving, goes everywhere. Same as me. He don't have that desire, go everywhere. He's happy. It's traveling, it's like go everywhere, moving. It's also harder, not happy, right? So airplane is delayed, and you lose airplane. So many things, conditions. When I was in Miami, come back from Costa Rica, so many people upset, and actually they went to vacation joy, but actually stuck in the suffering there because so many people, and then you have to check again, you have to go through again security. So many people losing the next flight. So upset, so many people, you see everyone is not happy. So Milarepa don't have that suffering because he not moving any place. He don't lose next flight. Never desire to move. I'm happy as the thought of death bring me no fear, I'm happy. So he don't have fears for death. And actually the point, he is free from death. That's why he's happy. Otherwise, we have so much fears. So people scared, nervous, especially in the war, because it's death. Bandits, I think, thieves, and robbers never molest me. So at all time, I'm happy. I think he don't have, thief cannot do anything with him. Gang people cannot do with him anything with him. So that's why he's happy. No losing anything. Having won best condition for Dharma practice, I'm happy. So he has good condition, practice Dharma, he's happy. Having won the, having caused suicide, right? From it, having ceased from evil deeds and left off sinning, I'm happy. So he kind of like evil deeds, free from evil deeds, right? Yeah, that's why he's happy. Treating the path of merit, I'm happy. Divorced from heat and injury, I'm happy. Having loss or pride and jealousy, I'm happy. He lost the jealousy and the pride. We want to lose something, but we want something we lost. Ordinary people lost wisdom, lost compassion. So Milarepa lost pride and jealousy. He has compassion and wisdom. Understanding the wrongness of the act, worldly ways, I'm happy. Observed in observed in quiet, I think, quiet and evident, even mindedness, I'm happy. So using mind to watch the mind, I'm happy. That's what we have to do, using our mind, watching our mind. Using the mind to watch the mind, I'm happy. Without hope or fear, I'm ever happy. So no hope for, realization, no hope for enlightenment, no fear for samsara. That's why he said, I'm happy. In the sphere of non-clinging elimination, I'm happy. The non-distinguishing wisdom of Dharma Dharta itself is happy. Poised in the natural realm of immanence, I'm happy. In letting the 6 groups of consciousness go by to return to their original nature, I'm happy. In letting the 6 groups of consciousness go by to return to their original nature, I see. So he dissolved this 5 conscious, it's dissolved into true nature. So he don't have any distractions. That's why I'm happy. The 5 radiance gets of sense or make me happy. To stop a mind that comes and goes is happy. So his mind is always present, be there, never goes, comes. Or I have so much of happiness and joy. So we cannot think about his happy and joy beyond, everything. This is a song of Getty are saying, as I think Getty are saying. This is a song of gratitude to my guru and the 3 precious ones. I want to other happiness. Through the grace of Buddhas and the Gurus, food and clothes are provided my patrons. With no bad deeds and sins, I shall be joyful when I die. With all good deeds and virtue, I am happy while alive. Enjoying yoga, I am indeed most happy. But how are you, Rechompa? Is your wish fulfilled? So then he sharing, Milarepa, he's sharing his experience, joy, happiness to Rechompa. Then he asked question to Rechompa, how is you doing? Yeah. So, Amanda, can you sing that part? It's too long for you or okay?
Oh, it's pretty long, Kimpula. If you all might have to have a lot of patience with me. Can you save me? Can someone save me if I?
I would share it with you, Amanda.
Okay, thank you. Okay, is that okay, Kimpula? Is this good? Okay.
So saying and everyone joy. So think about just meditate Milarepa and create joy and happy. Same as Milarepa.
That's perfect. Okay, and thank you, Artie. I bow down at the feet of Marpa. Be gracious one, because I have left my kinsmen. I am happy because I have abandoned attachment to my country. I am happy since I disregard this place. I am happy as I do not wear the lofty garb of priesthood. I am happy because I cling not to house and family. I am happy. I need not this or that, so I am happy. Because I possess the great wealth of Dharma, I am happy. Because I worry not about property, I am happy. Because I have no fear of losing anything, I am happy. Since I never dread exhaustion, I am happy. Having fully realized mind essence, I am happy as I need not force myself to please my patrons. I am happy, having no fatigue nor weariness. I am happy, as I need prepare for nothing. I am happy, since all I do come lies with Dharma. I am happy, never desiring to move. I'm happy, as the thought of death brings me no fear. I am happy. Bandits, thieves, and robbers never harm me, so at all times I am happy.
Having won the best conditions for Dharma practice, I am happy. Having ceased from evil deeds and left off my sinning, I am so happy. Treading the path of merits, I am truly happy. Divorced from hate and injury, I am so very happy. Having lost all pride and jealousy, I am happy. Understanding the wrongness of the 8 worldly realms, pleasure, pain, gain, and loss, blame, hate, praise, and blame, fame, and dispute, I am happy. Absorbed in quiet and even-mindedness, I am happy. Using the mind to watch the mind, I am so happy. Without hope or fear, I am ever happy. In the sphere of non-clinging illumination, I am happy. The non-distinguishing wisdom of Dharma itself is happy. Poised in the natural realm of eminence, I am so very happy. The 5 radiant gates of sense all make me happy. To stop a mind that comes and goes is so very happy. Oh, oh, I have so much happiness and joy. This is a song of gaiety that I sing. This is a song of gratitude to my Guru and the 3 precious ones. I want no other happiness. Through the grace of Buddha and the Gurus, food and clothes are provided by my patrons. With no bad deeds and no sins, I shall be joyful when I pass into nirvana. With all good deeds and virtues, I am happy. While alive, enjoying yoga, I am indeed most happy. But how are you, dear Rinchompa? Is your wish fulfilled?
Thanks, Amanda and Jati. So then Rechompa said to Milarepa, so he replied to Milarepa, I'm well again. I have obtained what I wanted. So Rechompa, he obtained what he wanted to recover his awareness. And he also have some good experience practice Dharma. From now on, I would like to remain in solitude and stay near you. So he requests to stay with Milarepa close to there. Please be so kind as to grant me further inner teachings. He requested more teachings from Milarepa. Milarepa then imparted to Rechompa additional instructions. He gave him more instructions and stay with him in this sick cave. So they stay together, I think. Through the continued practice of meditation, Rechompa attained the perfect experience and realization. So Rechompa get the very high level, I think, meditation experience. So he stay with Milarepa. This is the story of Milarepa meeting his heart son Rechompa in the cave of Zo. So this is the chapter 10 is Milarepa meet Rechompa. Rechompa is his heart son. I share already, this Milarepa has many disciples, so two is most important. Gampopa and Rechompa. But we're going to look all these stories. Rechompa can be looks like his first number one son, but then slowly change to he's the not number one hard son, is the second hard son. Also, in Rechompa, I don't think so that much teachings like his for lineage holding in the teachings. Maybe some has, but not that much. So due to that too, Gampopa is I think we talked already last week before. He's a very high level scholar, and so that's why Gampopa can hold this Milarepa's lineage. So we can talk that more. I think some are coming. So then we go to the chapter 11. Admonishment on the rare opportunity of practicing Dharma. So absence to all gurus. From Zo, the Jetsi Milarepa went to the lake cave of Rompo and remained there for some time. So Milarepa then he left from that place to go into some other place because he went to the zoo. His reason is he wanted to meet Rechompa. So he met Rechompa and give him instructions. Rechompa practice, and Rechompa also free from his karma, suffering, illness, and then Rechompa also have a good level practitioner. So Milarepa have to go to benefit others. So that's why he left that place and went to another cave, is Rompo, I think, and remained there over some time. One day, some young man from his native country come to visit him. I think this person was come from Milarepa's native, means It's his hometown area. They said, in the past, you destroy all your enemies for revenge. And now you are practicing the Dharma in such an outstanding way. So these people, he's come from his native, they knows all the histories of Milarepa. So they told Milarepa, you destroy all your enemies first. Now you're practicing Dharma in such an outstanding way. So it's totally, I think, unusual, different ways. This is indeed marvelous and extraordinary. So there's a thing, this is the marvelous and extraordinary. No one can do that, So the Milarepa is something really special. When we are near you, we cannot help but feel like devoting ourselves to religion. But when we return home, we again become preoccupied with worldly efforts. So these people sharing their own kind of experience. So when they are close to Milarepa, then when we were near you, we cannot help but feel like devote ourselves to religion. So they're close to the, I think, Milarepa with them is have a connection with the religion, right? True?
Yes.
Okay, so they connect with the religion and they want to do something. But then when we return home, we again become, preoccupied with worldly effort. When they go home, they forget everything. This is always happening for us. When we do something, spiritual things, everyone exciting. Everyone wanted to do that. So then the congregation goes, then slowly forget everything. So when the congregation comes, everyone exciting, wanting to do is the promise also going to practice actually whole life. So then they go home and slowly become all this worldly activity, and then the congregation is not there, and then the whatever you promise, you wanted to do some spiritual, it's slowly is gone. Not stay that feeling always. So that's also many people happening. When you see the teachers, they want to become monk. It's in Tibet, it's a different congregations. When we was young, when we see the teachers, we wanted to follow and wanted to become monk. And then you follow, but you have good congregations. You can stay in the congregation supports you. Is the good congregations there. Not everyone can become monk, but just some stay longer. Some stay whole life. The congregations there. It's in Western culture. We don't have the congregations. Many people want to become monk. It's they change the mind. Is wanted to practice. They give up all samsara, worldly activity, have a very strong renunciation, but then slowly you don't have the, you don't have the condition all the time. Slowly then your mind is changing, shift to again worldly activity, samsara. So then they give up again. So this also see up to the conditions. Then also when we organize practice teachings, people really exciting, so wanted to do. I always say, okay, it's okay, do slowly, take time, but they say, no, I have to do. No, and how many hours have to meditate, how many hours practice. So I say, okay, 1 hour, 2 hours, then not enough for them. They wanted to do almost 24 hours practice and meditate. So exciting mind is, want to do, enthusiasm. But then after monthly, we see after years, then they're gone. No more practice or anything. Because this is always like contradiction comes. You have so strong enthusiasm, but you cannot keep going. That's the reason we need good contradictions. Environment is very important. Environment. That's another reason we always, come to join the Zoom together. Every day we practicing. We give all these contradictions. Environment is there. So no long as you wanted to practice. Sometimes, due to our obstacles, we think, oh, not important. I can do myself. I can do better than this. I can practice more. Then, it's come together groups. I can do something more than that. You get that kind of feeling, but long as you separate from the Sangha, then we know, so like some people did that happen years ago, and now I log them, they're not practicing again. They didn't have the contradictions every day. They cannot push themselves. And they, actually not really what they want first, wanted to separate from the Sangha, wanted to do more. But then you see monthly after, what they want is not there. The person is lost. So you can see many like that, even in our like 2 years, within 2 years in our Zoom group. So that's why we have to, providing these conditions, environment for who wanted to practice. So that helps, people who come and join, maintaining our practice. So then also many Sangha like every day join together and practicing. So we're supporting for that, environment. Sometimes we think, oh, I'm not doing that much. Actually, you join and join these things. We're giving them, create this environment, support for people who wanted to practice. So that's the core Sangha is, helping each other means you don't have to really have, giving something, sharing something, but you be there maintaining practice together. That is the supporting each other, the truly supporting each other. So that's you have to know. And then you cannot do that much, but you just every day doing what we doing practice. That helps your practice is maintaining. So then that helps your, quality also not going to decreasing, increasing. Better and better, get more convictions. That's important we have to know. See, these people also, when see this Milarepa, they wanted to do something, practice, meditate, follow the spiritual. But then when they go home, their minds changed, shift again to already go back to in the samsara activity, ordeal activity. So then the feeling, when they see Milarepa wanted to practice, their feeling is not stay too long. Because the other worldly condition is too strong. And so easily, mind is lost. Due to also this, everyone has very strong, this worldly habituate, samsara habituate. Very easily shift to samsara habituate. That's the reason. So we have to come together and practicing. So it's practicing, sometimes you think, oh, I have to go to monastery, can do more better than this. Some people think that, but monastery not going to support you, same is like we doing in the zone, your practice. So in monastery, don't do this way, also practice too. So it's sometimes you think there are much better conditions. I tell you truly, is this way is like we doing practice every day is more better conditions. When I was staying in monastery, I never practice all the day or every day like this way, So we are already like Sangha community on the Zone international community Sangha. It's the same as a monastery, more bigger monastery. This is a like no boundary monastery and international monastery already. So Sangha. So point you have to keep going and practice always, that really helps you. Then that's also support others. So that's our offerings for helping for others. And then that helps us. So that's you have to understand. Worldly efforts. How can we correct this? How can we correct this? Milarepa repeated. So we have to listen this one important. I think we really need. If one is really determined to free himself from the sufferings of samsara, such as birth, old age, illness, and death, and so on, he will have a peace of mind all the time and will not need to make any effort. So Milarepa reply is someone have determined to free from, her or himself from suffering. So someone really needs strong renunciation. The point is like we practice usually forethought meditation from the suffering of samsara. Which suffering is like birth suffering, old age suffering, sickness suffering, death suffering. So and so on. So this is for our human beings generally suffering. He will have a peace of mind all the time. So who really want to free from this suffering? So someone have a really strong, determined, I think, free from this suffering. Then that person always have joy and happy, peace of mind all the time, and will not need to make any efforts. So then we have to keep maintaining that, our practice is renunciation. Otherwise, he should bear in mind that the sufferings in a future life could be much more double and long lasting than those in this life. Otherwise, he or should bear in mind that sufferings in a future, I think he's sharing is a more suffering future. Life could be much more double. So it's this life suffering, next life suffering, future life is suffering more double and long lasting than those in this life. And the burden could also be much heavy. So then of course like our carry, I think this negative karma is carrying, I think it's so strong with us all the time. Heavier. It is therefore of paramount important to take step to prepare for the next life. So Milarepa shared the point is we have to prepare something for future life. If we wanted to keep something, prepare for future life, we need a very strong renunciation to in this life, samsara, because we have to recognize this samsara is a suffering, and we need very strong effort wanted to free from this samsara. That kind of we need renunciation. Otherwise, he said many lifetimes of suffering in samsara. Therefore, promo important to take step to prepare for this next life. Please hearken, and I will sing a song for you. So he said he's going to share this song of realization for them. We sentient beings moving in the world, float down the flowing stream of the four sufferings. So sentient beings moving in samsara continually, same as the flowing river, right? Flowing stream. Because due to this flowing stream, samsara moving is of the four sufferings, four different sufferings. Could be this four is Milarepa sharing is I think birth, old age, sickness, and death. So these four sufferings for our human beings. Compared to this, how much more formidable, I think, earth, unceasing future life in samsara. Compared to this, how much more, what means formidable?
It means like powerful and scary.
How much more formidable are the unceasing future lives in samsara? Like how much this suffering is very strong, right? And future life. Why not they prepare a boat for the crossing? So we have to prepare crossing the oceans of samsara. Why we not prepare for that? The state of our future life is far more fearful and deserving of far more concern. So think about it when you read this song of realizations and all these worldly beings only preparing, right? Thinking about in this life. So we don't think future life, especially who don't have a Dharma, they're not thinking about the future life. So who don't think about the future life, they create so much negative karma. So the point is future life is more important than this life. Future life is more longer. This life is very short term. So due to ignorance, we don't recognize that. That's why this many negative beings in the world create so much suffering in the other beings, people, so because due to this ignorance, they don't see the future life, they don't recognize future life, only strongly fixation, attachment to in this life. So this life is very short term. Future life is more longer. That's why we have to prepare for something for future life. The state of our future life is far more fearful, more danger, and deserving of far more concern. They are the dreadful demons, gods, and Yama. So why not prepare for yourself a guide? So the future life has more these demons, I think, Yama, and Yama means like when we die in the Pardo, we have some experience, our own experience. This Pardo beings it's a guide, kind of a part of beings like experience has, there has a people torture them. So that's called yamas. And this kind of fears so much in the future life. That's why we have to prepare for future life. Why we not prepare for future life? Even the dread possessions, craving, hatred, and blindness are not so fearful as the state of our unknown future. So why not prepare for yourself on antidote? See, our desire, hatred, and blindness are not so fearful as the state of our unknowing future. So that's why we have to use something antidote to our, emotions. We have to control our emotions. We have to subdue our emotions. Yourself on antidote. Great is the kingdom of the three realms of samsara. Great is the kingdom of three realms of samsara, but greater is the endless road of birth and death. So this samsaric kingdom has endless birth and death suffering. So why not prepare for yourself perversions? It won't be better that your practice Dharma if you have no insurance in yourselves, right? Insurance.
Assurance,
Assurance.
like confidence, kind of.
So then, Marilyn, can you sing?
Oh, if I don't hurt everybody's ears. We sentient beings moving in the world float down the flowing stream of the four sufferings. Compared to this, how much more formidable are the unceasing future lives in samsara? Why not then prepare a boat for the crossing? The state of our future lives is far more fearful and deserving far more concern. There are dreadful demons, ghosts, and yamas, so why not prepare yourself a guide? Even in the dreaded passions, craving, hatred, and blindness are not so fearful as the state of our unknown future. So why not prepare yourself an antidote? Great is the kingdom of the three realms of samsara, but greater is the endless road of birth and death. So why not prepare for yourself provisions? It will be better than you practice Dharma if you have no assurance in yourselves. There you go.
Thanks, Marilyn. Okay, so we finish it there today. Anyone has questions?
I just, sorry.
No worries. Go ahead. You go ahead. I'll go after you.
I just wanted to apologize. I was sort of a jerk. On my device, EDG, when you were defining a word on my device, you were going completely in and out. And I got impatient and just spoke up. But then I realized other people probably might be able to hear you. So I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, we couldn't hear him either. There was
Okay.
something wrong with his sound. It's okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Sit down.
Kempula, can I please ask, how do we practice so that we don't need food anymore?
Oh. So that time you get answer from the realization. So no,
Really?
it's too early to give an answer.
So there will be a stage where we continue to practice, we realize, and continue to practice furthermore after we realize, and then reach a stage where we don't need food anymore.
So I don't have an answer that, no, because I also thinking about without food, how can I survive?
Milarepa survive.
So I told you, they get some levels, then you have your own answer.
Okay, thank you, Kempo.
Yeah, that due to the this level, you get your
Tempola,
answer yourself. Hi, Lami.
Tempola.
Yes.
I actually read some record about people meditate because lack of food they die.
What is?
When they meditate, they said that they don't need food. So for long meditation, they really didn't eat, and they endure the hunger feeling and everything, and later they die because they don't have food. So I also read some record about some great practitioner in the cave. When they have a few months meditation, they don't need to eat a lot, but just eat a little bit. And then they don't have food, and then they feel a little bit hungry after a few months. And then they found that in their cave, they found sweet potato, kind of really, really rough, kind of like a root. So they take that and eat little bit bite after bite, and then they survive. So I think food is we call in Buddhism, we call four kind of food, like thinking is one kind of food, and then eating is one kind of food. And I think that as a condition of human being, we do need food. And if you think that you don't want food or you don't need food, I think that in some way you just have to think back, what is the motivation behind it? Is it the ego want to be better than others, or don't need food? Or because I think food is really troublesome to prepare? So I think you have to think about what is the behind it. I don't want to have food because so I am superhuman, supernatural power.
Okay, Lami. Great. Yeah, is it we need food or not? That's it's a dependent individual's level. So they get their answer. You know what they need. The point is, we know yet that level, so we cannot make decisions. No.
Well, I know that during the Irish.
The point is, Buddha said, don't go to extremes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Kevola, I do have a question about your teaching. About the I understand when you talk about the not Mahamudra, the Jocheng, and you say that three stages. The first is recognize, the second is self-liberation, and you use the snake as example about the snake coil themselves and uncoil themselves. I still don't get it. I don't get what is that mean. What does that mean?
What is?
When you were talking about Jocheng, three parts, and the first part you say is recognize it, but you also said recognize doesn't mean liberation. It's just recognize, just notice it, and just recognize it. But the second part you say about liberation, then you give an example as a snake coil itself and then uncoil, like they knock themselves in a knot and then they unknot themselves. I don't get that example. I don't get it. Will you explain a little bit?
Okay, so the point is you recognize and then you meditate. The anger is naturally just go release. If you have anger, you meditate. You recognize your anger, you meditate. Anger is naturally released. You don't have to try to destroy your anger. No need any solution finding. Just meditate, be in the nature. It's go away.
Kempula, I tried that. Once I was trying to meditate on someone hit me with a car, and I think she's just absent and just as a matter. and I try to dissolve the anger, and I just like really pay attention. I say, anger, anger, anger. I know you are there, and I see you, and
No, you
but it
just
didn't go away.
anger.
Only
That
5
means you're
minutes.
feeding the anger.
What?
You pushing the anger, you feeding your anger, you are there, why you are here, I don't like you, you know, the kind of thing. So the point is, recognize anger, be in the nature, don't pay attention your anger.
Huh, okay, don't pay attention. I thought we have to pay attention. We have to see it as it is, and then you will naturally dissolve.
No, you too, pay attention is not good. Don't pay
If
attention.
you don't pay attention, that means you're avoiding. Isn't it become denial?
No need avoiding, no need accepting, just, you know, anger comes, you look to your nature, mind, you meditate, yeah, be with that nature. Or you just, if you practice yadam deity, then visualize yadam deity and meditate. So that is the point.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, thank you. I have to think about it and to practice a little
Yeah,
bit.
think about that. Is actually your question is very deep, or how to say, very important, but we answer is we cannot do that today here.
Okay.
Or the teaching
Thank
has
you.
answered. Jesse?
Yes, I think the whole thing with food and meditation and people, and obviously I'm not speaking from experience, but I think what happens is people are in such a deep and constant meditative state. They're not requiring, their body isn't needing all the calories to burn. They're not up physically active. They're not up doing a whole lot of physical labor. Their respirations are very deep and slow and intentional. And so I think a lot of times that affords these meditators, or highly realized people, the ability to stay in that space and to not require as much food and caloric intake that other beings would need, who are up walking around, who are up doing things, who are physically active. So I think that's a sweet spot. And yes, all human beings need food, but everybody's different on what they need. Just a little observation on that, something I wanted to provide or offer to the group here. Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Jason. So yeah, that part we cannot discussion because we don't have our own level of experience. Whatever we think is cannot bring in your mind. You cannot managing that section. Scientists cannot managing that part. Investigation cannot. Okay, so now we do the dedications. Forgetting dedication. Actually, we have to go back to Milarepa. Sadhana. Om Guru Hasam Benza Hom. Om Guru Hasam Benza Hom. The enlightened body of Jepsin Jepadorje, and my mind makes without duality, beyond elaboration, like water bubble dissolving into water, evenly rest in the state without a concept. By this virtue, may I safely accomplish Mahamudra. Jesen Jepai Dorje Ko Ransam Tidar Nyimindi Chila Chawara Tamba Dar Ming on the Nyambar Yo. Meditate. By this virtue may I safely accomplish Mahamudra. They may I establish all wandering beings without exception upping that ground. Gewan de ye nyorda da saja chimbo drup journey. Doa jeja male ba de ye salango parasho. Lord Mala laughing Varjara to you I pray. Lord Mala laughing Varjara to you I pray. Jemala jeba dorje la zorwande zo. Now go to dedication. Dorje chang de lopa naropa marpa malarepa dhamma lord gambopa pamutrupa lord digompa. Please bestow upon us most auspicious blessing of all Kaju Lamas. By this virtue may I achieve omniscience, may defeating all enemies, confusion. May all who towers on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhisattva, the excellent precious mind, where it is unborn may it arise, where it is unborn may it not decline, but it will increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activities are purified and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Majeshri Vero realized ultimate state and as did the Samanta Bhada, I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of the true unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the Mary Ashe bear fruit. By the virtues collected in 3 terms, by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by in the rule of virtue, may I all sentient beings calculating and surpass perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of Guru Digompa Ranashiri, who nation Lord of Dharma, Master of Interdependence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Thank you, everyone. Kashidele, see you tomorrow.
Ashidele Kempola.
Dashi
Thank you.
delay. Thank you, Kempo.
Kempo, the
Thank you, Kempola. Thank you, Kempola.
Thank you, Kempo. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ken.